right, but we have to break away right now as President Bush prepares to speak in Durham, New Hampshire. Thanks.
Somebody who is uniquely special and uniquely different. The public is very curious about Michael Jordan. And to go back to the point that John made, as a member of the media, I can tell you this in no uncertain terms. There has been an unspoken pact with Michael Jordan over the years that has operated in the following manner. What Michael does off the court is not to be talked about if indeed you wish to be even part of the casual circle with Michael Jordan. Michael is the master of the press conference. He rarely grants individual interviews, unless, of course, it's with his good friend and part-time bagman, Ahmad Rashad from NBC. Otherwise, what you see with Michael Jordan is you see the Armani suit, you see the impeccable tailoring, you see this very, very smooth operator in the press conference environment. Michael Jordan is so much bigger than anybody in Hollywood right now, it's almost laughable to hear this comment where we're equating Michael Jordan with Tom Cruise or Jane Fonda.
Well, he
is not just another man.
Sure he is. He's another man who couldn't make his marriage work, and he's going to pay the price. For goodness sakes.
He should not have been married to begin with.
Well, that's not our problem. He chose to be married. Now, if his wife chooses to divorce him, he's got to pay the price in terms of money.
All right, let me ask John this question. John, am I crazy in suggesting that Michael Jordan is bigger than John Voight, bigger than Al Pacino, bigger than Marlon Brando? With all due respect, he is bigger than all those individuals combined. Thus, Michael can't afford to go into a courtroom.
It doesn't matter whether he can afford to go in a courtroom or not. He's in court now. The fact that the complaint's been filed means that the case is in court, and it's either going to be settled or tried.
Can you guys hear me? We've got a caller in Iowa. Diane, you have something to say?
It has to be almost impossible to have a normal, loving, giving marriage when a man goes out into the world each day, is treated like a one-of-a-kind sports god, then comes home and tries to be just a normal husband and father. It's an emotional roller coaster, and it's sad for the children.
I want to get a reaction from our panelists in a moment, but first we're going to take this break. Welcome back. Diane from Iowa was saying before we went to the break that marriage is hard enough, but imagine being a celebrity, a superstar, super athlete like Michael Jordan, and having to come home after work and just be a normal dad. She said it's impossible.
Well, Diane makes a good point, but I think it cuts both ways. It's hard for him to be a normal dad, just like it's hard for her to be a normal mom. And I think we have to recognize that there are equal pressures, although they may be of different variety, on each of them and on their children. As Chet said, Michael is larger than life in a lot of senses. He's an icon, and I would respectfully suggest he's one of the largest celebrities, political, social, sports-wise, in the world.
Have we touched on the fact that this might tarnish, like, endorsements? Do you think, Chet, that since he's been in this bubble, since we've known so little about his private life, that this might change the way America sees Michael Jordan? Is that possible?
No, Maureen, I really don't. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a legal expert from a national magazine, Lester Munson from Sports Illustrated earlier today. We never look at reality when it comes to Michael Jordan. He has become, as John mentioned, so iconic, he is so mythical, he is so unique, that we very simply do not want to know the truth about Michael Jeffrey Jordan. We have put him, not unlike Babe Ruth, not unlike Mickey Mantle, we have put him on such a unique pedestal that Michael is basically immune from any type of negative. But again, I go back to my point originally that I made before President Bush began to speak, and that is Michael plays by his own rules. When Michael wants to go gamble, when Michael wants to hang out with the guys, when Michael wants to go to Vegas, when Michael wants to skip off to Atlantic City, the family has always come in second, and that is reality. I don't say that to degrade Michael Jordan. I say that as
that's the rules of most men, and that's why there's so much divorce in this country today, because every man who gets divorced thinks he can play by his own rules. And
do you have any respect? Do you have any respect for the intelligence of Juanita Jordan?
That's terribly sexist.
Who is a 42-year-old woman?
Men or women
who is a 42-year-old woman who may say to herself, after all these years, and you would think here in Chicago, Marine, where Michael Jordan is bigger than Mayor Daley, for God's sakes, you would think Michael and Juanita would be Chicago's #1 couple. They aren't, because they're so rarely seen in public together. I can count on one hand.
Yeah, it is kind of rare to see them out and about.
Together. You never see them together.
And I think we know so little about their personal lives. I really do. I
mean, it is hard for us to sit here and speculate because we, in fact, rarely see and he never talks about.
Because they've carefully protected it.
You've got somebody in the audience, Chris?
Nate and Raylan have been married for 54 years. And what is your secret, Nate? 54 years.
What is the secret?
Yeah, what I found early on, the secret was to say we instead of I.
Oh.
And in the years I traveled all over the world, I never thought it was anything but we, even when I was long on my own.
Somebody that emailed us agrees with you, Nate. He said, I think Mr. Jordan needs to make a decision on which is more important to him, his career or his family. And that's from Illinois, that comment.
I made the decision, and you know what I chose.
Okay, well, we thank you so much. This is something, obviously, it may be a very quiet topic after this news leaked out. But Chet, we thank you. Cecile, we thank you so much for joining us, and John as well, and all of you at home. Thanks for being here, and we will see you tomorrow again on Talkback Live, America Speaks Out at 3 p.m. Eastern. Now, here's Wolf Blitzer with a look at the next hour of news here on CNN. Thanks.